We're back here at USDA where our DC studios are located, and it is a celebratory day for folks here getting back to work after 35 days of being either furloughed or working without pay. Folks are definitely excited just to be back in the office. RFD TV was, of course, at that historic Rose Garden announcement on Friday where we heard from the president about that agreement to reopen the government for 3 weeks while Congress and the Trump administration negotiate a deal on border security. Of course, if that deal isn't reached by February 15th, we expect that there's a possibility that another shutdown could ensue. If not that, the president might declare a national emergency. So we're really looking at a stalemate here kind of in this, this whole situation. But Secretary Perdue was also at that announcement, and he came out Friday with a statement for USDA employees saying, thanks to thousands of USDA workers who stayed at the job during the shutdown to offer as many normal activities as we could. And he went on to assure them that the president has already signed legislation that guarantees back pay for all employees, and will be moving forward on that as soon as possible. We haven't heard very many additional details on what that means here at USDA as far as, you know, even little things as far as getting employees back to work and what that means for their work schedules, but also, you know, big things like Farm Bill implementation and other USDA priorities. We're watching a number of other stories kind of across the city and across the federal government. Of course, EPA is working on year-round E15 and that new WOTUS rule. And over at the USTR, that trade representative, we're waiting for a report from the International Trade Commission on the impacts of the USMCA. Without that report, that deal is going to have a hard time moving through Congress. So we'll be looking for updates as when that will start to get moving as we look ahead to a week that here in Washington is really full of big trade news. We have a hearing tomorrow about US-UK potential trade that we're going to hear from some ag representatives on. And then there's just going to be more news throughout the week. So we'll be keeping an eye on that from here in Washington.